Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Victoria here at Radiant Moon Tarot. Today we're talking about the full moon in the sign of Aries. This is occurring on the 29th of September, and this is a fiery one here, folks. Okay, so we're going to talk about a little bit of the aspects and the energy that this full moon is bringing in. We're also going to talk about each astrological sign and see where this full moon is occurring in your chart to see where it may be impacting or affecting or benefiting your world, okay, and see what area of life is highlighted for you guys. So this video is going to cover all of the signs. I am going to have this timestamps in the description box and the comment section down below so you can find them very easily. Make sure you do watch your sun, your moon, and your rising signs specifically to get the big picture. I might also want to check your Venus sign as well, because we do have some interesting energy coming in from Venus as well with this full moon. So this is occurring on the 29th of September at 2:57 a.m. in Los Angeles, the Pacific coast of North America. Eastern Seaboard, Eastern Standard Time is at 5:57 a.m. on the 29th. London, so the UK, is at 10:57 a.m. and then Sydney, Australia is at 7:57 p.m., all occurring on the 29th. So as I do this video, you're probably already feeling some of this energy. This brings in, because it is the sign of Aries. Aries is a tendency to put ourselves first. First sign of the zodiac, also the baby of the zodiac, right? So we do tend to, in this Aries energy, put ourselves first. Think about our own needs. Think about our goals, the things that are important to us. And that's not a bad thing, because sometimes we get lost and sometimes we forget that. So this can be an energy that's really supportive of you coming back to figure out who you are, what you want, figure out if you're on track, what do you need to change, what do you need to let go. So it can be really just that focus on the self. Full moons in general, full moons do tend to wrap things up, right? It's a culmination of things that we've been working on. So full moons, we can harvest something. We can reap what we have sown. So some of you have some things coming to fruition. Now the full moon, of course, the energy is the most powerful on the 29th, but we do feel it in its intensity a few days before and a few days after. And over the next 2 weeks between now and the new moon, this can be really where something does happen for you. Okay, so whether it's some doors opening for you, whether you do have something coming to fruition and you're like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. Okay, but others of you, you're getting some insights here, right? You're closing down a chapter, a cycle, because full moons can bring in endings for you as well. It's also the end of a cycle, and we're about to step into a new cycle. And in this time of transitioning from one cycle to another, sometimes things do get a little bit topsy-turvy, shall we say, okay? Because we are kind of letting things go, or we are trying something new, or we are making some change in our life, and always for the better, always for the positive, but sometimes it's just a little bit challenging for us. But the full moon is really good for some people, manifestation. It is a highly intense and emotional energy that does come in. So depending on how you do respond energetically to the full moons, you may or may not want to set intentions and manifest something into your life. If you embrace the full moon and you love the full moon and you want to dance and sing under the light of the full moon, by all means, grab a hold of this energy and manifest something in. But it does tend to be a little bit chaotic with some other aspects that we've got coming in. So make sure that you do ground and center your energy before you do any kind of that work, and merely make sure that you're tapping into your emotions. But we do have a very insightful and a very spiritual energy that comes in. So you're going to find yourself really having some heightened intuition at this time, and you're very encouraged to listen to it, as we always are. And of course, this is our last full moon before we head into October, which is eclipse season. So some of you, whatever is going on at this full moon for you really does set the stage for October. And some big changes ahead for some of you. So this can be a very fiery full moon. This can be a time of endings because you want to start something over. So it can be something as simple as if you're working on a project, you're like, I don't like this. I don't like anything about it. I'm just going to start over. You toss it in the bin, and here you are with a blank sheet of paper, and you're just starting something over. Relationships can start over. You can have a reset somewhere in your life. It doesn't need to be that there's an ending. It's just like, let's just have a fresh start. Let's let things go, and let's just focus on the future and not the past. And sometimes that's important to do. There is a little bit of rebellious energy that comes in here. That's that fiery Mars energy. That's that Aries energy. So whether this is you really kind of rebelling against something, or whether people are around you, take a deep breath, step back, don't get involved in someone else's drama. Okay, very important with this energy. But we do have a very challenging kind of energy, Venus clashing with Uranus. And Venus is the planet of love and relationships and fertility and abundance and harvest and creation and all of this wonderful stuff. But Uranus is the planet of chaos, unpredictability. This is the planet that shakes things up a little bit, right? So there could be some some shakeups or some breakups in your relationships, your friendships, your romantic partnerships, your business partnerships, right? Partnerships of all kinds. There could be some interesting energy here, but excuse me. And again, it does bring in this rebelliousness. But this can be really challenging for some people, but for others, this can be a chance to liberate yourself, to free yourself from something. Where have you been held back? Where have you been feeling a little bit stuck? Because this can be a massive breakthrough for some of you here, but you might need to kind of really embrace this element of sudden change, of being willing to shake things up or challenge the status quo in order to free yourself up there, right? So this can be something internal. This can be something external as well. All right. So a little bit of up and down energy with this particular full moon. It is a fiery one. Okay. So, so center, ground, great time for meditation, great time for doing any kind of full moon rituals, whether you make moon water, have a bath, connect with water in some way. The moon is the feminine energy, right? So try and be open up to new ideas, new things, and try to go a little bit with the flow in this energy, because things can escalate quite quickly. But we do have a very positive aspect between Mercury, okay, the planet that we all love to hate, Mercury, who is direct, by the way, not in retrograde right now. So a positive aspect between Mercury and Uranus. And in this aspect, this can be where one conversation can really turn things around for you or change your direction. One very important conversation. So whether this is a conversation that you have with yourself or with someone in your world, someone you work with, someone you live with, whatever that happens to be, this can really be quite significant for you, and it can be a big decision that you might be making with somebody. So very interesting energy. For some of you, that Mercury-Uranus aspect can turn things around for the positive. But for some of you, it can be, again, that liberation kind of energy and letting something go. So let's get right into your readings, and let's see where this full moon is affecting you or highlighting for you or activating for you in your life. Okay, so again, remember, watch your sun, moon, and your rising signs, but also do check out that Venus energy, because that is really ruling our relationships and our resources and all those wonderful things. And the Venus energy might be very important because in October with the eclipses, the solar eclipse, the new moon, is in the sign of Libra in the middle of the month. And then the full moon, the partial lunar eclipse, at the end of the month on the 28th or 29th, depending where you are, is Taurus energy. So Libra and Taurus, and both of those signs are ruled by Venus. Okay, so this Venus aspect here can very much spill over into that entire month of October. So watch your Venus sign reading as well. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's very easy to get your birth chart. There's a lot of different resources online for that, and you can see where your planets are at on your birthday, right? On your time, on your day and time of birth. So in order to get your rising sign, though, you do need to know not only your birthday, the location of your birth, but also the time of day, because your rising sign is what was coming up. Think of the sunrise, right? So what was rising on the horizon. So in order to get that, though, you've got to have your actual time of birth. Otherwise, we use noon, and it may or may not be accurate for you. But there's a lot of different resources out there. So download a birth chart, go and grab one. They are quite fun, right? And they're actually quite illuminating in a lot of ways. So we're going to get right into it here. All your timestamps down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful, mystical, magical full moon. And we're going to start with Aries. Hello there, Aries. Welcome to your full moon reading. So this is your moon, okay? Full moon in your sign. So you may have a personal goal that's coming to fruition. Maybe you've been working on yourself in some way, or maybe you've been thinking about making some changes. So this can be a time of making a final decision for yourself and figuring out what you're releasing, what you need to let go of, what you need to change, what you need to embrace. But with the full moon, it can be, again, all about you. What do you want? What are your goals? What are your dreams? And in your first house, can be about your identity, your appearance, your attitude, your approach to life. Okay, all of these can be a focus for you at this time. So again, some of you with this full moon may have something coming to fruition, but more likely, because full moon's the end of a cycle, right? And quite often what we have is a very firm resolve of things that I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to change this. This isn't working for me. I need to let it go. And especially when we do have this overall energy of rebelliousness, right? Following your goals, breaking away from the herd, breaking away from the pack, and really liberating yourself from anything that has been causing any resistance or that just hasn't been working in your life. So whether it's something within you or something in your outer world, right? You really are focused here in this energy on you, your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your future, right? And what you are wanting to embrace or let go of here. So it can be a very freeing kind of energy for you, but you might be feeling personally a little bit rebellious. Just be a little cautious in that energy, because your first house can quite often have to do with your appearance. So things like your wardrobe, your haircut, the color of your hair. So some of you might be feeling this rebellious energy. If you have long hair, you're like, I'm just going to chop it all off. Okay. But remember, because we do have this kind of fiery aspect in the air, right? Don't do anything that you might regret later. So if it's taken you years to grow out your hair and all of a sudden you have the impulse to chop it all off into like some pixie cut or something like that, just maybe wait a few days and just make sure that that's something that you really want. Okay. But some of you might be switching up your wardrobe a little bit, or, looking at trying something new, right? But you need to find the balance in your life to do that. So if you want to learn guitar, but if your schedule is packed, right, you got to move things around and make space for that, right? So you might be looking for a little bit more balance, or trying to free up some of your time in this energy. And maybe it's just so that you can find more time to spend with yourself, right? We quite often do get wrapped up in everyone else's things and priorities, and we forget about ourselves. So this is a turn back to you. So we have the void moon, do nothing. Okay. So this is a card of relax, of take care of yourself, of engage in some meditation and some contemplation and find a quiet space. This is a time for you where you may feel as though you're not rushed into doing anything, right? And the freeing energy, the liberating energy here is about releasing the need to always be on the go and to do things every moment of every day. You are the first sign of the zodiac. You do get excited about things. You do have that initiative and that drive, right? But sometimes that can have a really positive impact on you and your life, right? Go, 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 go. But sometimes it can be your own worst enemy as well. So in this energy here, the moon is telling you, take a step back, do some meditation, have a bubble bath, take care of yourself, take care of your own energy. You need a little bit of a break. Take the day off if you can, okay? And just do nothing. Whether you engage in spiritual practice, whether you sit under the light of the full moon basking in all its energy, whether you just put on some pajamas and cuddle up under a blanket and watch a movie, right? You're encouraged here to put down your fire and put down your need to always be on the go and just relax a little bit, right? And that's it's not always the easiest thing to do, is it? Okay. So you have permission here from the cosmos, okay, to chill out, right? To do nothing. This also says that there's things happening in your world, and you have already done what you need to do. So now is a time to take that step back and allow things to unfold. You don't need to pressure and push something into existence. So take a step back and allow. We have the Magician here, beautiful energy. The Magician is all about you and your personal power and your confidence to get things done. You need some resources. Boom, they're right there. You know where to find them. So this is all about your personal power, believing in yourself, right? So some of you are gaining a little bit more confidence right now. And, yes, a lot of times Aries does come running out of the gate and full of confidence and passion and fire. But because you are the first sign of the zodiac, sometimes there is a little bit of lack of knowledge or wisdom and things. And sometimes it's like, because it is a newer kind of energy that you carry forth with you, this can be where it's like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have the tools. I don't know, and so when we get the Magician card coming in here, this is reminding you that you have the ability to find the resources that you need to do whatever it is that you want to do, or to bring things into fruition into your life. Sometimes all we've got to do is believe in ourselves, right? Embrace our personal power. And sometimes we've got to be just a little bit resourceful and go on a bit of a treasure hunt. But seek and ye shall find, right, in this energy. But the Magician also is an energy of manifestation and new beginnings. So whatever it is that you've been manifesting in your life, for some of you, something might come to fruition right at this time. For others of you, this is a great energy, a great time to think about what you want to attract into your life. Remember, like attracts like. The energy, the vibration that you put out there is what bounces back and attracts back to you. Okay, so if you want love, embody love, emit love, put love out there, be love, right? And then you will attract that love back into you, because that is the energy that you are vibing with right there. If you want money, right? Embrace abundance, right? I am abundant. I am wealthy, right? And, let the universe figure out how to bring wealth and abundance to you. That's not your job. Your job is to set the intentions and then be open and ready to receive. So the energy you put out is what flows back to you. Okay. It starts with intention, but intention isn't everything, right? We have to attach emotions to our manifestations. We've got to believe, right? The Magician, believe in yourself, be confident, right? But we also have to be flexible, adaptable, and we need to be open and ready to receive the opportunities, ready to recognize great things when they come our way, but also ready to take action as well, right? So we're always in a harmonious, co-creative energy with the universe, right? I scratch your back, you scratch mine. So just remember that. And that energy is that you have to be willing to embrace an opportunity or to recognize things that are coming towards you. So the Magician is an awesome energy. Love this. Of course, this can, in some ways set the stage for the year to come for some of you. So whether you have something coming to fruition now, or whether this is an indication that anything is possible for you right now. Very magical energy in this. So rejoice and celebrate. What do you need to let go? Where do you need to burst through? Okay, with that, because you've got everything that you need to get things done or to get yourself to where you want to be. So I'll leave that there for you. Those are your messages. I thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like the video. It helps it get seen. I thank you very much. Good luck in this full moon. And we're going to move on now to Taurus. Hello there, Taurus. Welcome to your full moon in Aries reading. So this is happening in your 12th house. Now, your 12th house, it is, of course, the last house in the wheel. So there could be some significant endings for you here with this full moon. Full moons do bring an end to things, bring things to fruition for you. So this can be completion of karmic cycles in your life. If you've been really working out some stuff, whether it's over the last few months or over the last few decades, okay, this can be where things really do finish for you. And you're like, yes. And so this can be where it can be a very freeing energy for you with this particular full moon, right? We're putting the paths to rest. We're closing down those karmic cycles, and we're looking forward to the next number of decades, right? Free and clear of this monkey on our back. So congratulations to you, because this can be very, very freeing and enlightening for you. This is also the sign, the house where things happen in private, in secret. Okay, the things that happen internally within you, in your subconscious, or behind closed doors. So it's a very magical, mystical, spiritual house that this full moon lands in, ruled by Neptune and Pisces. So this can really highlight your psychic gifts and abilities, your intuition, your higher chakras are very much activated at this time. Perfect energy for you to take a step back, to engage in some meditation, some spiritual work, whatever that looks like to you, whether you work with crystals, or maybe you do a little bit of moon magic, or just sit under the full moon. Even if you can't see the full moon, the energy is all around you anyway. Okay, just sit and just allow some thoughts or some feelings or some messages just to kind of flow to you and through you. And, you know, some people, if you're not well versed in manifestation, or maybe you're in meditation, or maybe you find things frustrating, you know, take the complications out of it. Keep it simple. Simple is best quite often. And really, meditation is about quieting your conscious mind and allowing the energy to flow through you. As you start to meditate, you can put on some music. Sometimes guided meditations are good as well, because then you can just really relax and just kind of follow the words that someone is saying. You don't have to like do anything fancy, sit in the lotus position on the floor. You can meditate pretty much anywhere. And so whether you connect with the water, whether you connect with nature, you just do something in front of the fire, if you've got a fireplace or anything like that, that can be a great place for you to do that. Light a candle, right? And it doesn't have to be fancy. So don't get overwhelmed, by all these steps to meditation, because it should be simple and it should be free. Okay. So, but this is a great time for you to do that. Now, the 12th house can also bring up secrets. So there may be some significant information or news that comes to light at this time for you. There might be like some family secrets, maybe something you've been keeping secret, and you allow it to come out. Maybe you need to work with something. Maybe you do need to clear something out. And, embrace some healing energy in that. Okay. Or maybe you have something to confess, but someone may confess something to you too. So it can be very interesting in this energy, but very mysterious in this energy as well. But it does have to do with your dreams. So pay very close attention to your dreams. Any kind of signs, symbols that you might be seeing, they do carry significant messages for you at this time. Okay. But yeah, try and spend some quiet time with yourself. It might be very helpful for you at this time. And we've got the moon goddess energy bringing your higher power. So there's your 12th house energy right now. Very spiritual, very dream-based, very mystical and magical, and also very surprising for some people. But the moon goddess is really saying work with this full moon. And I like that we've got a full moon on that particular card. So an excellent time for you to engage in all of these spiritual practice and pay attention to your dreams. So you might be encouraged right now to follow your dreams. What is it you really want? What do you really desire? What have you been hiding away? Okay, is there something that you've been doing that you haven't told anyone about, right? This can be a time to come clean with that and to let people know, right? Really let people see the real you. But ultimately, the moon energy brings in some open energy, brings in this spiritual energy for you, and you're very much encouraged to work with that on multiple levels, emotionally, spiritually, right? Oh yeah. So you could get some great insights at this time. If you are having some interesting dreams, which some of you might be, keep a pen and paper beside your bed. When you wake up in the morning, don't open your eyes. The minute we open our eyes, we kind of tend to lose our dreams. So keep your eyes closed. And just try and capture what was an image in your head. What was your emotions? What are you feeling when you wake up? Is it panic? Is it nice warm fuzzies, right? Is there a word in your head? Do you have an image in your head? And then just capture that before you even move, before you open your eyes. And then once you've captured it, just, kind of roll over and write it down, and whatever it is that you're thinking, seeing, feeling. And then it will, and then look at it later when your conscious mind is fully alive and awake. And after a few days, some things might really make sense for you. But we've got the Knight of Cups coming in here. Follow your dreams, people. The Knight of Cups is a wonderful energy. Some of you are experiencing some spiritual growth at this full moon. Some of you are really figuring out what it is that's going to make you happy. The Knight of Cups can bring in a nice, beautiful, open-hearted kind of energy. It can also bring one of a little bit of freedom, right? You've healed, your heart is open, and you're ready to move forward and leave something behind. But ultimately, the Knight of Cups is really this energy of connecting with your heart space, really feeling good. It's a fresh kind of clean energy, brings about a focus on love. And love doesn't necessarily mean romantic love. We always jump to that conclusion, but love is the highest vibration, the highest energy of all. And when we think of the sun in the sky, right, the sun is the energy, the warmth of the universe, right? Well, in our human existence, our heart is our sun. Right? That is your source of power, of energy, of warmth, of spirit, is that love that you have to give connected with your heart chakra, right? So think of your inner sun here. So where do you shine brightly? What do you want? What are your dreams? What do you want to follow? What do you need to leave behind? Connect with yourself emotionally. And this is you really moving forward in a super wonderful, positive direction. Some of you are receiving something at this full moon that you want. Maybe someone has been hiding something, but it looks like in the Knight of Cups that it's something wonderful. Maybe someone's been harboring some feelings for you, or someone's expressing their feelings to you at this time. But again, this can just be you and your energy and you moving forward, and you're really feeling more positive and optimistic about where you're headed. So it's a beautiful energy, but maybe not without a few little difficulties or challenges for some of you, with it being the 12th house. Okay, but I do feel that this is like free and clear, and you're ready for your new cycle to start here in this. All right. So I'll leave that there for you. I hope there was something here for you. Please hit like on this video if there was. I hope you have a wonderful, magical, mystical full moon, and we're going to move on to Gemini. Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to your full moon in Aries reading. This is happening in your 11th house. This can be quite sparkly for some of you. So this can be a really great energy. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius and Uranus. So this can really highlight you thinking about the future. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? This can be something that may come to fruition for you at this time, being a full moon. This can be something that you harvest, you reap at this time, and this does set you up for some future success. So this can be a really great energy. Uranus, of course, we do have Uranus in a very interesting clash with Venus right now. And so you could be very much freeing yourself from something, because the 11th house has to do with liberty as well, liberation from something, from, and this can be something within you, right? Maybe letting go of some fears or some anxieties or some worries, and the future is looking a little bit better for you. Maybe you're letting go of procrastination, right? And we're turning procrastination into action, right? Turning things around a little bit and turning over a new page. So some of you are really figuring out how to make your goals and wishes come true. Some of you, of course, do have a wish or a goal coming to fruition now, something that you've been working towards, and this can be really positive for you. You may even get some sort of public recognition somewhere in there. The Aquarian energy that the 11th house carries can be about people, right? And so this is, maybe you're making some changes or cleaning up some of your social media, because this can be about groups of people, memberships, groups that you belong to. It can have to do with social media, right? Very technological in the Aquarian energy. And so this can be where, maybe you are cleaning up your friends list. Maybe you're having a look. Have a look in this energy at your privacy settings on your social media. Just make sure that you haven't been hacked or anything like that. Make sure that your systems are secure. But also in that energy, who do you really want to connect with right now? Because some of you are very much wanting to clean things up. You want to simplify your life in some way. And because the full moon does bring about endings, okay, this is a great time to cleanse and purge. So, maybe you've got 200 people on your Facebook and you're like, I don't even know half these people. So this can be a great cleanse and purge for you in that respect, right? Or maybe you just have a look and see, what do I share? What do I post? And in that energy, do I post too much? Are things getting out of hand? Am I annoying to other people the way that I think other people are annoying to me, right? So you could be making some changes in that aspect, but you could also be getting out and meeting new people, doing something nice for somebody, because the very humanitarian energy in this, but you could be very much setting some wishes and goals in this energy as well. So this is a very communicative time at this full moon as well, especially with Mercury and Uranus really kind of having a good time together there. And so again, you could have a very important conversation at this time, and this can really set you up for future success, okay? Or it can bring something to fruition for you now, and something that you want. It's in alignment with you. So it can be a really positive energy in that. We have the moon called meant to be, okay? And full moons do bring about a little bit of faded energy sometimes, especially as we're starting to head into eclipse season, which we're going to feel very, very shortly here. So there's something coming to fruition for you that is meant for you. It's meant to be. It's part of your destiny. All right. And so this can just be some actions that you take. This can be that you're coming into alignment with a goal, a dream, a wish. And it's because it's meant to you. It's easy. It happens. It comes to fruition. So whether this is something you want to start, something you want to manifest, or something that's coming in, probably either right now or in the next couple of weeks or so, it is for you. So trust your intuition. Not everything is meant for you, right? We do get opportunities and things, and we do have the ability to say no because something is like, I don't know, that just doesn't seem like it's for me. Keep an open mind, keep an open heart, and trust your intuition, okay? There's something happening here for you that is in alignment with you, okay? And you have the ability to receive with grace and gratitude. And you also have the ability here to get started and to open a door that is really exciting for you. There's 3 people on that particular card. So there could be a cause for celebration for some of you, but this can also be a people-y energy. So you might meet somebody that you are meant to connect with. Very exciting. We have here the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So now the 5 of Pentacles in reverse can be a couple of different things. Of course, this in the upright, okay, in the upright, we're left out in the cold. There's opportunities, but we're ignoring them. We're not seeing them. We're not in that right mindset. We're in a lack mentality. Woe is me. I don't have what I want. I've lost things in my life, or I want things and I don't have anything, right? And we get down in the dumps with that, right? And if we see this, we've got light at the end of the tunnel. We've got opportunities, right? We need to ask, or we need to look at things in a bigger way, right? And there are resources and opportunities there, right? It's just sometimes can be a very stubborn energy, a lack mentality. So in the reverse, it's still a little bit of a challenging card, but this can be a turning point for you, where things start to get better, where you are willing to ask for help, or you are willing to talk something out, or you are trying to turn over a new leaf. What I don't have, I know that I can get. What I've lost, I know that I can get something better, or do something better, or move in a better direction. Where there has been a lack of resources, you might now find the resources that you need. But whenever we get the 5 of Pentacles, this can be a turning point for you where things are turning around. It's still a little bit of a challenging energy. Okay. So when we get in this energy, it can be something that can linger a little bit. Okay. But I do feel that here, that if you've been railing at the fates about something, know that something was meant to happen, because it's opening the doors to new opportunities or to better things ahead. And sometimes we need to lose something in order to gain something even better. And so we need to remember that sometimes when we're navigating loss or change, is that, not everything is meant to be forever. And often we do need to experience these hurdles and these roadblocks along the way in order to really fuel the fire within, and to really align ourselves with what our path is now. And some of you may have purposely, or you may purposely now be letting something go. And it can be that lack of mentality. And it can be you really turning over a new page. It can be that by letting things go, it benefits you in this energy. And again, cleaning up your social media, or letting go of friends in your life here as well. And we're willing to get out and meet new people, because as you grow, as you evolve, as you change through your life, you're not meant to necessarily stay connected with everybody in your life that you've accumulated along the way. And often we are meant to drift away, drift apart from some people. So some of you may have some situations or people, or even just thoughts and energies that you're moving away from, but this does open doors to new beginnings. It opens doors to better ways ahead. Okay. And things are are very much going to improve for you in this energy. Okay. So whether it's something you need to let go of, or something that already has been lost from your life, here, you remember, the only way to go is up, and things are improving for you. A little bit still of a challenging energy with this. Okay. But you're headed in the right direction. Just be very aware of the lack mentality there though. Okay. Because it's a victim mentality. It's a lack mentality, focused on the things that you don't want, focused on the things that you don't have, or focused on the things that, man, I still wish I had that. And we have to at some point be willing to move forward and to let those things go. We want to focus on the things that you do want, the things that bring you happiness and joy. We want to focus on the things that bring you wealth and abundance and prosperity and love and happiness into your life, right? And wherever your energy goes is what is going to grow and manifest in your life. So we don't want to focus on the negative things. We don't want to focus on the things that we don't want. Why? Why bother? Why waste your energy on those things? Focus on the things that you do want. Focus on a positive outcome. Focus on finding solutions. Focus on, helpful people. Focus on, the things that we want to blossom in our lives, and it shall be. All right. Remember, there's things opening up for you that are meant to be, or there's things that have occurred that have been part of your journey and part of your life, and they've been meant to happen, and it's for a reason. Okay. So there's always a reason for everything. We just don't always see it at the time. So I do think that there is a huge potential here for things to improve for you. Okay. But we have to be very aware of that lack energy there. We don't want to hold on to that. Okay. Embrace abundance, embrace positivity, embrace optimism, open your heart, open your mind, be flexible and adaptable. And that is your key to success. All right. I'm going to leave that there for you. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like this video. It really does help my channel. It helps it get seen. I thank you so much for watching, and a good luck in this full moon. We're going to move on now to Cancer. Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to your full moon in Aries reading. This is happening in your 10th astrological house. So this can be kind of sparkly for you, Cancer. The 10th house has to do with your public image. Okay, you're being honored or recognized for something in your life here. This can bring about significant achievements or advancements in your career. This can be where you do get some reward. Some of you could be getting a bonus, a raise. Maybe you're getting a promotion at this time. Maybe you are just getting recognized for something, like a good old pat on the back. It's nice to get an attaboy or whatever from your employer, but it's nice if it comes with some financial gain there as well. But this does have to do with your achievements and things that are seen by other people. If you are looking for a new job and you're looking to switch things up right now, this can be a great time for you to do that. And of course, full moons do bring about an ending. So it can be the end of your search for something and you find something that you want. It can be that, you are done with a certain situation. You're like, I'm not getting recognized for what I bring to the table. I'm not being, rewarded and compensated in the way that I should be. And so you could be making a really big decision right now to change your career path, to change how you make your money. You could be making changes on how you spend your money too. A lot of people are doing that at this time. Okay. But you can really use your reputation to bring great advancements to your career path, or towards getting yourself seen in a very favorable way. So use this to your advantage. Very sparkly, a very out there kind of energy with the 10th house. So, but very focused on your career, your achievements, okay, and also your status in life kind of thing, right? So revamp that resume, go on that interview, especially at this full moon. Some of you here, it might be a great time for you to have a very important conversation, because remember, we do have Mercury and Uranus in a really positive aspect here, where one conversation can really change something in your life significantly. So if you are going on a job interview, you are slaying this out of the park. If you do need to go, and if you do need to give like some speech or some presentation or something, again, this is very much acting in your favor in this, right? And people will see you with a fresh perspective, or just see like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad we have this person around. This can be where if you are looking for that promotion or that raise, again, that one conversation can really be a wonderful turning point for you. But remember, we can have a conversation with ourselves as well. So this can be a wonderful energy here. Again, some of you are harvesting the fruits of your labor right now. This can be very, very wonderful for you, very abundant energy for you. But others of you, you might be getting some clarity about where you want to go, and you're going to pack up your reputation and take it with you. Now, the 10th house also has to do with a dominant parent. So if you are a dominant parent, maybe you do have a little bit more influence on your kids than what you really think, and in a positive way, they look up to you. This can also be a dominant parent in your life, right? And with the full moon being an end to things, if you've been estranged or you've been in a rift, maybe this is where you might think about turning over a new leaf and just saying, okay, we're not the same people that we were this many years ago. And maybe you find ways there to navigate that relationship in a healthier way. And, you know, whether you're putting up boundaries with this person or not, but, you know, maybe you might be mending a rift to a certain degree. Others of you, maybe you are recognizing some life lessons that a dominant parent taught you in your childhood. And so this can be like really profound kind of insight for you here with that. Okay, so there might be something here with, you know, with a more dominant parent, and not dominant as though, you know, they had you under your thumb kind of thing, but like the authoritative person. Right, the person who took charge, the person who was responsible for a lot of things, right? And there's always that dynamic in a parental unit anyway. Okay, so there could be something going on there for you. We have moonlight energy, and this is enchanted. Ooh, very nice. So under the light of moon, this is very mystical, very magical. For some of you, you're very, very encouraged to walk through that portal to follow your dreams, right? For some of you, you are really kind of, how should we say, very excited about something that's going on. But in the beautiful silvery light of the full moon, things are mystical, things are magical. This highlights a cycle that you're either is culminating for you or that you're entering, of mystery and magic and wonder and abundance, and where your dreams come to fruition. It's a time of harvest, time for you to follow your dreams. And so believe in the impossible, believe in the power of your dreams, right? And just embrace this wonderful energy, because this is a little bit magical for you, and you're entering this magical time, whether this is in relationships, in your job, your career path, or you're just feeling like in this ethereal energy. It is beautiful. Okay, so things are looking quite bright and sparkly for you. All right, we also have, interesting, the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, who did I just do before you? Gemini. Gemini also had this energy. So some of you may have a Gemini placement in your birth chart somewhere, or you might have a Gemini person somewhere. But here's the thing, the Five of Pentacles in the upright is usually a lack mentality, being left out in the cold, not getting what you want, so not getting rewarded or recognized, not getting the opportunities that you want, right? And quite often it is a very stubborn energy, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel, or in this case, there's pentacles in the cathedral window. And we don't see them, though, because we're closed off to it. We don't look for it. We don't ask for it, right? We can't see the potential because we're stuck in this energy. And so with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, this can indicate a turnaround for you. Still a little bit of a challenging energy sometimes that we've got to work through. So this can be where you are very much trying to look at the bright side. You're trying to make positive changes in your life. And this shows that you are, whatever you're doing is working. Okay, whatever you're trying to leave behind, you need to leave behind, right? And whatever new is coming into your life is going to be better than what it was before. So focus on the things you want in your life. Focus on the positive. Focus on, abundance and happiness and joy. Focus on, seeking out opportunities or environments that are in alignment with who you are and where you want to be, right? So if something's not working for you, I see some of you leaving a job behind. And even though you're leaving a job behind, right, it's a difficult journey, right? Any kind of change or transformation is always challenging, but what you leave behind is going to benefit you, right? Because it's not working for you. There's something there that, you're not getting paid what you're worth, or you're not getting recognized, right? So now you're moving forward in a healthier direction, and there might be help and resources available to you, and you're willing to seek them out now. So this can be a big turning point for you with this full moon, where you recognize your value, your worth, and you are in the pursuit of someone else who also recognizes your value and worth. This can be where you are turning the page in a relationship or in an environment. And so things are improving, things are getting better, okay, in this. All right. So just be aware of the lack mentality that can come around with the Five of Pentacles, because we don't want to get stuck in that energy. And I feel that if you have been stuck in that for a little while. I think this is a very much liberation with this full moon of that energy, and you're going to be feeling lighter and brighter. Remember, magical enchanted evening, enchanted time coming up for you here. And so I do think that things are very much going to improve for you going forward. There might be a little bit of up and down, a little bit of chaos coming in over the next few weeks or so, because we are heading into eclipse season. But eclipses shake things up a little bit to realign ourselves, or to bring things to us that are meant to be. They're part of our destiny. Very fated events and fated energy comes in there, but it can open up doors of opportunity for you in that as well. And it starts now. Okay, so this can be very wonderful for you, but I do think there's improvements with your money, your finances, your ability to make money, your ability to, get with better environments or better companies, that kind of thing, or even just to change your outlook and perspective on something here as well in this energy. So it can be really beneficial for you, but you really do need to kind of remember to, embrace the energy of abundance and not that energy of lack. Okay. Because this is like breaking out of whatever it is that has been blocking you in this energy. So it can be a great thing for you here. But it can be a little bit challenging. All right. But everyone has that aspect going on. So I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like this video. One flick of your finger there, just hit that like button. It really does help my channel, and it helps the videos get seen. So I appreciate that. I thank you very much. I hope you have a mystical, a magical, and wonderful full moon. And we're going to move on now to Leo. Hello there, Leo. Welcome to your full moon in Aries reading. This is happening in your 9th astrological house. This can be really lucky for you here, Leo. Your 9th house is ruled by Jupiter and Sagittarian energy. So Jupiter is our most beneficial planet, bringing us wisdom and enlightenment and growth, brings us the ability to expand, and brings us all kinds of good luck and good fortune. So Jupiter expands anything that it touches. And in your 9th house, this can be where you are gaining insights and wisdom. This can be where you have some deep philosophical questions about the universe, and maybe you're getting the answers about them right now. For some of you, you are growing and evolving in your belief systems here with this, because it also activates your higher mind. So you might be really seeing the world, seeing your life, seeing your past, your present, and envisioning your future with a different lens, right? You're looking at things a little bit differently, and maybe you're gaining deeper insights and things, and you're like, wow, I never thought of it that way. And you could be having some major epiphany moments at this time. Great energy for you here in this full moon to engage in spiritual practice, or to do some meditation, do some candle work, especially Jupiter. Jupiter likes colors like purple, dark blue, use the energy of fire. So light a candle. Can be, depending on how you engage with full moon energy, it can be a wonderful time for you to manifest something or harvest something that you've already manifested into your life here. So you could have some doors of opportunity opening up for you from the results of some previous manifestations for you. So it can be really wonderful energy here. But the 9th house also has to do with law. So you could have a legal situation that is wrapping up at this time. You could be filling out like legal documents and things like that, because the 9th house also has to do with travel and long distance travel. So maybe some of you are filling out passport applications, visa applications, things like that. If you've been waiting for your passport to come back in the next couple of weeks or so is when it might finally land on your doorstep. And this gives you freedom to travel and go to where you want to go. Some of you might be considering going on a trip, a journey, and this could be like an educational one, or maybe it's just to kind of see other cultures, other countries, right? So you're not traveling necessarily within your own country, you're getting out of your own country, if you can, in that energy. So, but this is like bursting through of big ideas, epiphanies, and so all those matters of the higher mind, but also your belief systems might be changing at this time as well. You could be thinking about how to infuse spiritual practice with maybe some traditional religious structure and beliefs that you've got there as well. And you could be trying to fuse those together, and yes, they can live in harmony. Okay. But it all depends on you. Right. And what you've got going on there. So you could be getting some big questions answered right now, but you could also be asking some big questions, right? So your mind is very much alive and very much active in this energy. We have stay in integrity. Okay. Moon shining energy. And when we operate with integrity, this is all about being true to who we are, honoring our belief systems, morals, and ethics come up with the 9th house, by the way. Okay, so maybe you're put in a situation where there's a temptation there to do something a little bit, something that's not quite in alignment with your morals and ethics. But sometimes we get these opportunities to maybe do something or change something, and it's like, but it's not quite in alignment with us, right? And if that's the case there, and if you've got red flags, hey, maybe that's a big sign to say no and to walk away. Because when we operate with integrity, we're doing the right thing, that things that are in alignment with our morals, with our values, okay, and whether people are watching or not. And sometimes we're tempted, well, no one's going to see this. No one's going to find out. So I'm just going to do this, right? And that doesn't always work for us because we carry that with us. And so we don't want to have regrets or anything like that. So whatever is going on around you, stay true to your beliefs, stay true to your morals, and stay true to your ethics and integrity. Okay. Now, if you're in a situation here, whether it's a relationship or a career or whatever it happens to be, or whether there's friends, okay, that are not in alignment with who you are and who you've evolved to be, this may be a time when you're letting people go. And it's because you're honoring you, right? You're honoring your integrity, right? And it's like, if you have very firm belief systems, let's say about honesty and truth and always being honorable, or always speaking the truth, but yet you've got a friend that always tells lies. They're always full of crap. You can't trust anything they say. Well, now might be the time when you're like, why do I associate with this person? Or why am I staying in this environment? Right? So this can be a time when you are putting an end to certain things that are just not in alignment with who you are and who you've evolved to be. So people, relationships, friendships, family possibly here as well, and also your environment, right? Your workplace. A lot of people are really kind of, shaking things up about what they do for a living and how they make their money. And if you're in a company where it's just not lining up for you and you just don't like going to work and you're just like, oh my God, can I just call in sick today? This may be a huge indicator that it's time to follow your goals and dreams, and it's time to do something that is a little bit more in attunement, in alignment with who you are and who you want to be even as well. All right. We've got the Hermit card. I love this for you guys. This is so interesting because the Hermit card is we get healing with the Hermit. It is a number 9, of course, and this full moon is landing in your 9th house. All right. And when we get the Hermit, we are doing a little soul searching. We're thinking about who we are, what we believe in, what we're meant to be, what we're meant to do, what lights me up, what are my goals, what are my dreams, where do I see myself headed? And so in this time of quiet reflection and contemplation, right, this is where we put a star in that lantern. And that star is our wish, our goals, our dreams, our ideas, right? And this lights our path for the future. So it can really bring some deep insights to you, and you could be really figuring out some answers to some big burning questions. But as I look at the moon shining card as well, we've got what looks like kind of like the North Star or something like that on there. Okay. And, where are you headed? What are your goals? What do you vision? Right. So this is all about following your vision, your goal, doing something that is right for you, doing something that you're meant to do. So for some of you, this is a huge shift for you into maybe aligning with your purpose, with your life's purpose, right? With what you're meant to do, with your destiny here. So things are shifting for you in a very radical way. So very wonderful energy. The Hermit also does bring about an energy of being in a solitary energy. So where we retreat, we go within. So it's a great time for you to get some alone time, maybe even break away from the herd, right? If there's friends and things like that, or acquaintances, we'll call them, that are going out, they're partying, maybe you're just not feeling into it these days. And I've got friends like this, and they're always out. It's like they never have time for themselves. They're always surrounded by people, and they're a married couple, and one of them recognizes that, you know what, we spend far too much money, we go out too much. They're at happy hour almost every single day, and it's more social than anything else. But again, it's like, is this all we do? And so he is like very much, I don't want to do this anymore. And she is just like totally, totally wants to, to keep doing this every day. It's like she doesn't want to be alone kind of thing. Always surrounded by people, never gets off the phone, that kind of thing. And it's very loud and very noisy. So in this energy, maybe you are finding that you're not quite in alignment with certain people in your life anymore, and you want a little bit of a quieter existence in this, right? And we all need those quiet spaces and that quiet time to ourselves. So maybe you're trying to find a little bit of balance here as well, and think about, okay, I need to find more time for me and to think about things, or maybe just engage with my energy, or whatever it happens to be for you, and find a healthier balance between that community and socializing and whatever, and then just finding that space for yourself. Because if you don't leave time for yourself and connection and contemplation and self-care and all that, because the hermit can bring about healing energy as well. If you don't find time and space for that, then things do get noisy, things do get loud, things do get overwhelming, and then things end up getting chaotic, right? So grounding, centering, meditating, contemplating, and finding some quiet space for yourself is going to be very beneficial for you at this new moon. But we also have 2 nines. Okay, so nines are typically about seeing something through to completion, and in conjunction with the full moon energy. What are you done with? What is coming to fruition for you? What is wrapping up for you? Or what are you letting go of, so that you can be a little bit freer to move forward in a different direction or a healthier direction? So I'm going to leave that there for you, Leo. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please hit like on this video. One flick of your finger just takes 1 second. It really does help me and my channel. I thank you so much. It helps the video get seen. So I thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful full moon. And we're going to move on now to Virgo. Hello there, Virgo. Welcome to your full moon in Aries reading. This is happening in your 8th astrological house. So your 8th house is ruled by Pluto, and the ruling sign is Scorpio here. So the Pluto energy, the 8th house energy, it's all about transformation, evolution, births, deaths, rebirths, the things that we need to let go of so that we can evolve, we can grow in a better way, or come into alignment with who we're meant to be. So there could be something here for you that you need to put an end to, you need to walk away from, because there's a new door opening for you, or there's a better path or a better way. For some of you here, there can be actual births or actual deaths happening at this time. So some of you, maybe you or a friend is, maybe actually giving birth. Okay. But typically the birth is about just something new in your life, or a new way. It's something evolving within you or in your environment. Okay. And it's like out with the old and in with the new. We always evolve. We always transform. If we don't, we get stuck. Right? We don't want to get stuck. And I feel like in this full moon, this is your opportunity to release something in your life and to let it evolve more naturally, or to bring in something new for yourself here. But this is a very spiritual energy as well, because this is like death card energy, and this can be a time of significant spiritual, personal growth for you, emotional growth, evolution that occurs within you. You're not the same person that you were, and you're not going to be the same person going forward. So in this energy, embrace the evolution. Don't resist change, because this can bring in significant changes for you. Now, this can also bring about a little bit of a mystery, because the 8th house is about the occult, things that are hidden. And so there could be something hidden that comes to light at this moon. It could be like an opportunity that has previously been hidden from you, maybe not purposely, but you just haven't been able to see it. And now all of a sudden, here it is, front and center. And so this is your opportunity to maybe embrace something very wonderful for you. It can be people, it can be jobs, it can be investment opportunities, whatever it happens to be, new friends, right? Whatever it is, it can be something really positive for you there. The 8th house also has to do with your joint finances, okay? And with the full moon, something could be coming to a climax here in this energy. So if there's been some issues with you and a person about money, this is where things are probably going to get a little bit explosive for you, but we got to clear the air. Right? We got to get everything out in the open, and the 8th house brings things out into the open for you. So your thoughts about money, your beliefs about money, and often, with joint finances, right? This is where our differences in our relationship with money really do come into play, right? So, and if we got two people on completely two different ends of the scale, there's got to be a compromise or something somewhere, because it's probably not going to work if we're completely always at odds. So you might be making some very important decisions right now in regards to money, resources, assets that you share with other people, business partnerships, romantic partnerships, your family, your children, whatever that happens to be. And so something could be really coming to fruition for you. For some of you, you're paying off loans right now, and this is liberating you. This is giving you some freedom. For some of you, you've been saving up for something for a while, and now is your opportunity to buy something. And maybe you are buying it with another person. Just make sure all your legalities are figured out. The 8th house also has to do with inheritances as well, okay? And so some of you could possibly be inheriting something at this time. It might be money, it might be things. Maybe it's you're inheriting some traits, and those traits are coming to light for you now, right? And sometimes our traits that have been passed on, our talents from, say, previous generations and things, they don't always manifest themselves until we're ready to embrace them. We don't always know they're there, or we have an inkling that they're there, but we don't quite tap into it. So some of you are coming into alignment with that, right? And, maybe it's something spiritual, maybe it's something creative, whatever it happens to be, right? So you could be really stepping into that there. So we've got a whole bunch of things that are going on here with this energy. For some of you, it's really wonderful, transformative, really powerful, really good, really beneficial to you. For others of you, it's, a little bit of an explosive energy, but it's your opportunity to release, to let things go, and to maybe turn over a new leaf. So we have moonbeams energy, and we've got focus. Okay, focus, people. All right, when we focus on what we want to resolve, what we want to change, or what we want to begin, or what we want to end, we focus on those things, because it's easy to get distracted at this time. Okay, and it's easy to procrastinate, especially when we're dealt we're dealt in situations and things that we really do need to work through that are not the easiest things. Okay, so remember, wherever you put your focus is what is really going to evolve and manifest and change or grow in your life, right? So focus on what you want, focus on solutions, focus on moving forward, focus on your dreams and your goals, focus on what you want to transform and evolve in your life, and you shall achieve that. Okay, so the moon can also bring in this energy. The full moon can bring something into focus for you that, again, has previously been a mystery, previously been hidden, whether purposely or just because you just haven't talked about something and the subject of something hasn't come up. So something can come into focus for you, and you've got to deal with this thing, or you can't move forward in the way that you want to move forward with. All right, so laser beam focus with that. Okay. We also have the Ace of Cups. So this is beautiful energy. The Ace of Cups is a gift. Okay. So something new manifesting in your life, or a better way of something in your life as well. This can be new or something improved. It's a fresh energy. The Ace of Cups does speak to forgiveness and healing and peace. Okay, it can bring in new gifts, something that makes you happy, gifts from the heart, gifts of love, creative talents may come into fruition, something new in this energy here. So out with the old and in with the new. All right. And the aces, this can be a result of manifestations. It can be love. It can be people. It can be those resolutions, whatever it is like your heart is filled with happiness and joy. Okay. With this. So this can be a romantic partnership. This can be a new friend coming into your life. This can be a gift that comes your way. Remember, we do have inheritances. This can also be a very free energy here in this. So if you are maybe paying off a loan or something at this time, this is like, whew, I'm free of that burden. This feels good, right? But this can also be that you might have something new coming into your life, and it may be related with money. It may not be, but whatever it is, it's something you want. The Ace of Cups is something you want and something that makes your life feel good. So there could be just doors opening for you. There could be spiritual insights here as well, because the Ace of Cups is very spiritually connected. So this can be where you are cleansing and purging at this full moon. And this really does kind of release any stuck or pent up energy. And you're feeling light as a feather and free as a bird in that. Okay. Peace, inner peace, outer peace, forgiveness, healing, all of this wonderful energy all flowing to you. It's also about being ready to receive, right? Open your heart, be ready to receive in this energy. But this also speaks to your power to create something that you want, something that you desire. Focus on what it is you want. Focus on what makes you happy. Focus on what makes you heart filled with love and joy. I'm going to leave that there for you. I hope there was something here in this message that resonated with you. If there was, please take a moment and press like on this video. It really does help my channel, helps people see the video, okay, is what it does. But I thank you guys for watching. I really hope you have a wonderful and magical full moon. And we're going to move on now to Libra. Hello there, Libra. Welcome to your full moon in Aries reading. This is happening in your 7th house, all about relationships. So this is a house that's ruled by Venus, and it's all about love and romance, your relationship with other people, your friendships, your business partnerships, even your family relationships, and of course, your romantic interests here as well. So some of you in the full moon energy here could have a culmination of promises and contracts coming into play. Some of you might be getting engaged. You might be getting married. Some of you may be embarking on a new business venture. You could be really seeing something come to fruition for you here in this particular full moon, or in the few weeks on either side. On the few weeks after it, most likely. And so some of you have, you're realizing a goal, you're realizing a dream, and you're figuring out that this might be the right time for you to make some important moves. If you are getting engaged at this time, congratulations. You're about to end one phase, one cycle of your relationship and step into the unknown. And it can be a little scary, but it can also be very exciting. Now, when we've got a full moon in the 7th house, unfortunately, because full moons can bring things to fruition, right? They can bring a bounty and a harvest to you, but they can also represent endings. And so you may be either putting an end to some negotiations, some decision-making processes. Some of you may have a relationship that is coming to an end. Perhaps, a business partnership is just not going to work out. You might be looking for some changes in that regard. You could have a contract that comes to an end, and, now you might be thinking, okay, now what do I do going forward? So you could be forging some new relationships, but there is a transformational process that comes in there with that. So this can be both, as all relationship energy is, this can be both blessings and wonderful things, but it can also be some challenging aspects there for you as well. But when we've got Venus in this 7th house, this is really about finding balance and harmony within all of your relationships and within your world around you. So, if you have been in a relationship where it's one-sided, you might be trying to figure out, how do we either restore the balance? Can it be restored? Or do I need to cut my losses? Do I need to let something go? If you've been working too hard and not been spending enough time with the important people in your life, this might be where you're making some life changes so that you can, again, restore that balance and harmony. Very important in this energy, but you might have some big decisions to make. So it can be very interesting for you. We do have moon cycles coming out here with the energy of patience. So for some of you, your patience is very much going to pay off at this full moon. So you've been waiting for something, you've been working towards something, working on something, and this is where you do get rewarded. For others of you, this is saying that patience is a virtue and that there's wonderful things changing, evolving happening in your world, but a little bit more patience may be required there for you. So whichever one it is, remember that we're always in the ebb and the flow. We're always in, these cycles in our lives. And when we get the moon cycles, the moon goes through phases fairly quickly, right? We get, a full moon and new moon approximately every 28 days or so. And in that energy, it's always a great time to remember at the full moon, especially in regards to relationships. It's always a great reminder here at the full moon to cleanse and purge, to get things out in the open, to talk about things that have been bothering you. And we can almost set our clock by that. And if we do that and we practice that through our relationships, nothing ever can get stuck. Nothing ever can fester beneath the surface because we're always communicating. We're always getting our feelings, our emotions, our desires, our wants, our needs, our fears out in the open. So in this energy, this is reminding you about those cycles, and you can really use the moon phases to your advantage. But again, it's also saying a little bit of patience may be required for some of you, and especially when we're dealing with other people. Not everybody is on the same page as us, so you might be dealing with people and partnerships in your life where they need to catch up to where you are, right? They might not be quite where you are yet. And so a little bit of patience can go a very long way. But we've got the Queen of Cups coming in here. This is beautiful energy. So yes, you've got a lot of love in the air. The Queen of Cups brings in an energy of love and happiness and joy. It brings in an energy of connecting with your emotions, connecting with your heart, expressing your feelings, right? As we literally just said, okay? But the Queen of Cups can also really heighten your sensitivities. Now, some of you are very sensitive at this full moon, or you have people around you that are very sensitive at this full moon. So just be aware of other people's energy. For some of you, you might need to remember to put up some energetic boundaries, whether you work with crystals or visualizations or whatever that happens to be for you. It's going to be very important at this time because we don't want to absorb anyone else's energies that we don't want, right? But this is that reminder of kindness, patience, compassion may very much be needed. We don't all react the same way or deal with this full moon energy the same way. And this is an intense energy that is coming in. So you might love the full moon, but you might have someone that doesn't, right? So kindness and patience. But we do have a healing energy that comes in here with the Queen of Cups as well. And open your heart, let your feelings flow in a positive way, express yourself in a positive way. And again, I do feel it's really a focus on the people that you love and also your love of self, because we can't forget that, right? The seventh house, yes, it is your relationships with other people, but we also do need to remember our relationship with self. And so are you treating yourself well? Are you being kind to yourself? Are you beating yourself up? Okay, or are you doing something nice for yourself at this time? So it's a great time for you to practice a little bit of self-love, self-care. It is always important in that energy. But pay very close attention to your intuition here, Libra, because it is telling you something, okay? And it's telling you something very profound. And so keep that open heart, keep that open mind, and trust your intuition, trust your instincts, because some of you are getting some very, very powerful messages right here, okay, in this energy. So embrace it. And again, just be open to it. This is very much an open receiving kind of energy. So some of you might be about to receive something very wonderful. I'm going to leave that there for you, Libra. I hope there was something here that resonated with you. If there was, please like, share, and subscribe. I thank you so much for watching and hope you have a fantastic full moon. We're moving on now to Scorpio. Hello there, Scorpio. Welcome to your full moon reading. This is happening in your 6th astrological house. This is ruled by Mercury. So matters of the mind come to play. This is where we can really focus on some communication. Focus on our thoughts with this energy. So something that you've been contemplating, you've been thinking about, maybe you're making some final decisions at this time. This is where you can improve some communication with people, with yourself, the stories you tell yourself, and maybe talk to yourself in a nicer way. We do quite often beat ourselves up. So this is really about kind of shifting that inner communication that we all have into something a little bit more positive. Now, the 6th house really does have to do with your health and well-being. So if you've been considering thinking about doing something a little bit better in your life, maybe you're looking at shutting down some sort of bad habits that you may have. We all have them. It's not, not rare, okay, for us to have some bad habits. Maybe you've got the little sugar addiction, or, maybe you've got some stress eating that goes on, or maybe you always think about going to the gym and never quite make it there. Sometimes we do talk to ourselves in a negative way, right? We all have something that we do that we probably shouldn't, or we know we can do better. So in this energy, you might be really drawing a very firm and positive conclusion, Mercury, clarity, focus, right? On what you want to change and what you want to do differently. So this is a great energy for you where maybe you do decide, okay, you know what? Enough is enough. Today is the day I'm going to put an end to this bad habit. I'm going to put an end to talking to myself negativity. I'm going to put an end to, being lazy on the couch, and I'm going to get moving again. So whatever your situation is, you may be making this very important decision to switch something up so you can do something a little bit better. And of course, that full moon energy does bring about those firm decisions and can be that ending to something, right? Always leading you down a better pathway. So the 6th house, all about this health, happiness, well-being. Some of you are going to get a little bit more physically active. And I do see that in this energy, some of you may be seeing the results of things that you're already doing. And we need to remember sometimes that it's the little things, not the big things. The little things add up to the big things. And quite often as humans, we want to focus on the big goals and the big dreams. And one of the keys to success, yes, sure, a long-term goal somewhere down the road, but cut that big goal up into little micro goals. And this can really help in some ways, right? So if you're looking to maybe lose weight or something like that, right? Start small, switch out your fries for a salad, that kind of thing. And that can really be very helpful. on your journey. So, you know, this is all also about your daily routine. So you might be switching up what you do each day a little bit here as well. Do you find yourself wasting time somewhere in the day? Maybe you want to fill the gap with something a little bit more interesting. Some of you, your day is jam-packed full and you don't have time for yourself and the things that you want to do. You're tired and you're exhausted and you're like, nope, I got to switch this up. I got to do something a little bit different. So the fire, the passion within you is lit, right? And so there's something here that is activating in you and that you're going to take action on. And you've got the energy with the Aries energy to do it. Okay. Now this also has to do with pets. All right. So some of you maybe have something going on with a pet. Great time for a vet checkup. Okay. Or as you're, being human, a doctor visit as well. It can be a great time for you to remember to do that. Whether it's the dentist or the doctor or, massage therapist, whatever it happens to be, or again, a vet, right? Great time, great reminder to make those important. Interesting. We have the moon cycles coming in here with patience. Now, I believe that Libra also had patience here also. Now, patience is a virtue, and we quite often do want to rush through life, and we want instant gratification, and we want things to happen in the here and now. Thank you very much. And, so we do need to remember that there are some things that do take time. Things aren't instant, especially when it's in your sixth house, about your health and your well-being. And, we'll stick to maybe getting a little bit more physically healthy, right? Losing weight, going to the gym, getting more physically active, right? That kind of thing. And we have to remember that, not everything happens right away. It's those small little increments, and we've got to celebrate those wins, no matter how big and no matter how small. So a lot of patience is being activated for you right now. And this is excellent, right? We all need a little bit more patience, all right, in our human lives, right? It's a lot of hustle and bustle. We've got a lot of things on the go always, right? And we got to remember to take that step back. Now, I think for some of you, something that you've been very patient you're about to see some results, right? So, keep on embracing this wonderful, calm energy of patience, and you will see something either come to fruition right about now, or you'll start to see things evolve in the positive way that you want to, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, baby steps at a time, and that can really help you. But the moon cycles does remind us of those cycles in our lives, the ebb and the flow of our lives. And sometimes we have a lot of time, we have a lot of energy, and sometimes we don't. We feel tired and drained. So this is a reminder for you to pay attention and to listen to your mind, your heart, your body, right? And if you feel the need to take a break, take a break. If you feel the need to get going, right? But always listen to your body and, maybe have a look at the things that, the habits that you do embrace, right? And, do you beat yourself up if you're not achieving a goal right when you want to? Or do you look at the long term and say, you know what, I'm not quite where I want to be, but I know I'm going to get there, and I'm just going to take things one day at a time. So remember those cycles and the ebb and the flow. And, some days you just don't feel like doing something, and that's okay, right? Or we do need to create that time and space to do things that are important to us, okay? So wherever you need a little bit more patience in your life, all right, trust in your journey, okay? Life is an evolution. All right. But talking about being tired, okay, we do have the 10 of Wands. Now, the 10 of Wands can be an ending. Things have been difficult. Things have been challenging. You keep on moving forward. But in the 10 of Wands, this is an energy of stress, of being overburdened, overworked, overwhelmed, having so much responsibility that you just can't stand up straight. Some of you might be experiencing a little bit of pain in your shoulders, in your back, in your upper back, your lower back, right? Maybe getting headaches, right? Whatever it happens to be. So with the 10 of Wands is that reminder that something's got to end. Okay, there's something that is going on in your life, internally, externally, that is causing you to be in this very stressful energy. And this is an opportunity for you to turn the page, right? To put an end, to say no. 10 of Wands is a reminder of boundaries that are necessary in our lives. Sometimes we're hesitant to put up boundaries, not just with other people, but also within ourselves, right? And, because boundaries, sometimes we overstep our boundaries, right? We got to be really strong and confident to really, keep those boundaries in place. But there's something here where you've got to give some responsibility back, or you've got to, really have a look at how much you're taking on. Okay. And don't put the weight of the world on your shoulders. If other people in your world aren't carrying their fair share of the weight and you're always tired, you're always stressed, right? We got to take that step back and we got to have a look and say, okay, what needs to change? What can I delegate to other people so that I can have more time for myself, right? Your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health even all takes a hit when we are in this kind of energy. But with that being a 10, endings lead way to new beginnings, those cycles, right? The ebb and the flow. So you have an opportunity here to do something better, to do something different. Okay. Don't put so much pressure on yourself that you can't move forward, because sometimes the 10 of Wands is where we put so much pressure on ourselves that we feel the burden, and it's not a good thing, right? We all do it. We all do it all the time, right? We put that extra pressure on yourself. So, if you want to lose 50 pounds, right, and you're like feeling really tired, stressed, maybe you've got some deadline or something, I want to do this by Christmas. You know what? We got to take those constraints off, because they're not working. They'll actually probably work against you in that energy. Okay. So, but also with this full moon, there could be something that does come to an end that can cause you a little bit of stress. Okay. And, especially where we do have your service to other people, right? And that's why we need boundaries with other people here. But this can also come about with endings of your daily routines. Sometimes, when we put up boundaries, or we try and stop doing things, right, we get a little bit overwhelmed, but we can keep working through that. Hopefully your pets are all good in this energy, right? Take them to the vet for a checkup if you aren't sure. And we've got a bonus card here, and we've got the 5 of Wands. Okay, so wow, so heavy energy for you, the 5 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands does show that there's a little bit of conflict or competition. So when it comes to our health and well-being, we don't want to look at other people and say, I want to be like them, because we really don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Okay. And it's important to do that. So, we'll go back to an example of, getting more physically fit, that kind of thing. If you go to the gym, or you're going for a walk and you're looking at these, seemingly fit people, around you, right? Try not to fall into that trap of wanting to be like them or wanting to compete with them. You're on your own personal journey. So stay in your lane in there. You don't know what someone else's journey is, right? And even sometimes the most fit looking people have a slew of health problems behind the scenes that they might not even know about. So just be a little cautious of that energy, because that can actually really get you very much off track. And it's hard to get back on track again if you're in that. But the 5 of Wands is also beating yourself up, right? Don't beat yourself up. No, 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 no. Even if you haven't achieved something, if you fall off the bandwagon or whatever that happens to be for you, it's important to stay positive. It's important to, take things that one step at a time and keep going. So don't beat yourself up if you haven't achieved something, or, if you're giving yourself a kick in the pants about something. No, 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 no. We want to be kind to ourselves. We quite often are kinder to other people than we are to ourselves. So just be aware of that. I also do feel in this energy that if you do need to put up boundaries somewhere, because the 6th house is about your service to others, being helpful to other people, that it might be a challenge for some of you here to, to really stick to your boundaries, and to really, put people kind of, push them back a little bit, right? We're kind of trying to half our load here. We've got the 10 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, right? So we got to scale something back, quite significantly there, but this might be quite the challenge for you, in this energy. Sometimes we don't want to be seen as uncooperative or argumentative, which can come in with the 5 of Wands. So we need to try and make sure that we deal with things in a very kind of calm and kind and compassionate way, but also very firm at the same time. Not always an easy feat to accomplish. Okay. So you could have some things coming out of the woodwork with this full moon, but resolving these issues and making some minor changes will probably really set you up for a better tomorrow. All right. I'm going to leave that there for you, Scorpio. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like this video. Really does help get it seen and out to more people. But I thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope you have a wonderful full moon. We're going to move on now to Sagittarius. Hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your full moon reading. This is happening in your 5th astrological house. Ooh, we could have some fun. The 5th house is a wonderful energy, always quite enjoyable, ruled by the Sun and Leo. And this is all about self-expression, all about love and romance and the things that you create, the things that bring you happiness and pleasure and joy in your life. So some of you could have something coming to fruition at this time. So maybe there's some sort of achievement in your love life, your romantic life. Maybe there's something here where you're starting to see the results of something that you've been creating in your life. And especially if you've like picked up a hobby in the last 6 months or so, and maybe now is your time in this Leo energy, right, which is shiny, right, is where you maybe show people what you've accomplished. So maybe you've been learning a musical instrument, and now maybe, hey, you come out of the closet a little bit and you're like, hey, look what I learned, and you show people and they're like, oh my God, that's awesome. This can be where maybe you were picking up like a painting project or a journaling project, a writing project or something, and you're sharing the results of what you've created with other people. So it can be very exciting here in this energy, but this can also be where something that you're manifesting comes to fruition, and it's something really fun. So you could be going on a vacation, or maybe you're purchasing like some pleasure vehicle or something like that. Great time of year in the northern hemisphere as we are in autumn season, if you want to get like some like RVs or tents and things like that, right? Something to connect you with the outdoors, right? People are discarding their summer play toys, right? So it can be a great time to find some deals in this energy. So it's filled with fun, filled with love and laughter and creative energy. So it can be something really wonderful for you. However, with it being a full moon, full moons are emotional, they're intense. This one is an Aries, very fiery, very passionate, very go-getter kind of energy. But it is also Mars that we've got too. And Mars likes to argue and likes to fight, right? And it's this, I'm going to win at all costs energy. So just be aware in this full moon, because the 5th house can bring drama. So this is where emotions run high. This is where things do get a little bit intense for some people. And so sometimes the best thing that we can do is to not engage in anyone's drama, okay? Whether it's, a romantic partner, friends, coworkers, whatever it happens to be. Sometimes the best thing that we can do is be like, you know what? I'm just going to go over here and read a book, right? And so we just don't want to if we can avoid it, we don't want to necessarily get involved in that drama, okay? But yes, full moons can bring about endings as well. So you could have an ending somewhere here in regards to love and romance and things like that. And it can just be the end of a cycle. You're stepping into a new one. Something is evolving in a wonderful way. But for some of you, if you're not enjoying where you're at, if you're not enjoying what you're doing or who you're with, this can be this opportunity, okay, for you to use the energetic influence of the moon to detach and to let something go, to put an end to something there. And it's something that will give you a sense of freedom. All right. And it'll be the right choice for you. Why? Because Leo is connected to your heart. The sun is connected to your heart. And it's just but what the heart wants, right? And sometimes the heart rejects things as well, because it's like, it's not making me feel good. So we have drawing down the moon, and we've got knowledge coming in here. Sometimes when you know, sometimes, if we're making decisions, we you know, we know what our heart wants, but we, in our human existence, we're taught to overthink, overanalyze. We're taught to find logic in everything, and there's not always logic in everything, and we need to remember that sometimes. So this can represent that you know something, okay? And this is where, you know, something that you know can come out in the open, right? And so this is where you're making a decision, or you've learned something and you're going to apply some knowledge to your life, to your world, and this can be really positive for you. So you, if you're making any kind of decisions or anything like that at this full moon, you don't need to go externally to find your answers, right? You already know the answer to your burning question. So trust your intuition, okay? Trust your heart. The knowledge energy can also represent that there may be something that you want to learn or something you've been learning. So again, in this fun-loving kind of fifth house energy of creativity and passion and expression, and all of this, some of you again have been on a learning journey the last 6 months, because this is of course a culmination of the new moon in Aries from the spring. And so some of you are, you know, saying, look how much I've learned so far. This is awesome. But some of you are wanting to learn something, and something that does give you that sense of pleasure and joy in your life. So this can be a great time to sign up for a class. You know, if you always wanted to, if you fancy yourself a painter, maybe you're a legend in your own mind, maybe you go to like a painting class or a pottery class or something, or you do decide, you know what, I've always wanted to learn guitar. I'm going to pick up a guitar. I'm going to sign up for some lessons, right? And, you know, or I'm going to sign up for some, you know, free classes somewhere around there. So it's a great time for you to expand your knowledge, but in a fun way. We also have the Queen of Wands. Love it. Fiery, fiery energy. This is a focus on you. What are your passions, your goals, your dreams? The Queen of Wands energy is always open to having a good time, always open to having a little bit of fun. So it's very wonderful, but it's also a very independent energy. The Queen of Wands is successful and abundant, but also filled with that passion and that joy and that creative energy. Okay, that wands, that fiery energy. But the Queen of Wands, again, very independent, right? So it's like, what makes me have fun? What brings me pleasure? What brings me joy? What do I want to create? What gives me inspiration and motivation in my world? And this is where your focus is right about now. Now, the Queen of Wands can also represent a friend or a person in your life. It can be a romantic interest or someone that you want to have some fun with. So maybe in this energy, you might want to pick up a class or something like that, or go and do something fun, and you might take your bestie along, right? We're never too old to have a best friend. And because the Queen of Wands quite often does represent a best friend, someone who's always going to be honest with you. They're kind of up for a little bit of adventure, and they're fun to be around. So this might be where you do something not necessarily independently, but with that important person in your life, be it whether they're a friend or whether they are a lover. We have the Temperance card coming in here as well. Now, this is Sagittarian energy with the Temperance card. It's also your guardian angel energy. And this brings balance and harmony into your life, your opportunity to heal a situation, and your ability to really think about, where you need to find balance in your life, because in order to make space to have fun and have a lot of good times in our lives, we do need to make sure that we have a balance somewhere there, because sometimes we just don't have time to have fun. So this can be in this full moon energy where you are figuring out, okay, where do I need to create space? What do I need to stop doing so that I can fill that void with something that's a little bit more enjoyable in that energy? So the Temperance energy can really help you to find a little more balance and harmony in your world, but also harmony and balance in your relationships as well, which is where your fifth house is with love and romance. All right. And so, if you've had a relationship where maybe you just haven't been having fun, you may be turning the page on that. You're kind of getting things back on track with this energy, but also kind of feel that some of you here in this energy, you are about to meet somebody new. Okay. And so the full moon is like out with one cycle. We're ushering in something new, right? We're transitioning in this energy. And with the Temperance card, quite often is like your guardian angels, your soul tribe, right? And they're guiding you and they're protecting you and they're whispering in your ear, which is wonderful, right? So be open to receiving those messages. They might be bringing you information and knowledge, but ultimately here as well, they may be bringing new people into your life. And these people in your life are going to be ones that spark something within you, people that, you can have a good time with, you can have fun with, they help you open your heart. Maybe they just bring you some motivation, but you might also be meeting some possible romantic interests in this energy as well. So follow your intuition, okay, because you're being guided somewhere very interesting, okay? But the Temperance card with that Sagittarian influence is also about freedom, freeing yourself, freeing up time, freeing up space, freeing up yourself so that you can be a little bit more creative, right? So you might want to work with some of your chakras at this full moon, just to kind of, help you be a little bit more open and a little bit free. All right. But there is certainly some healing element that is coming in here as well. And it's super duper positive for that. All right. So I'm going to leave that there for you guys, Sag, right? With that Temperance card being you, okay, being your energy. So focus on you, focus on what gives you pleasure and joy, and, focus on what lights you up here. All right. But again, if you're single or maybe you're just meeting some new people in general, it could be people that just share the same interests as you. I do feel that there is something being guided towards you with this energy. Okay. So be confident. Do what you love what you do. And I think you're in for a little bit of positive change in your life there. So very exciting for you. I'm going to leave that there for you, Sag. I thank you very much for watching. If there was something here for you, please take a moment and like the video. Otherwise, have a great full moon. I really would hope that you have a good time and embrace the energy. So we're going to move on now to Capricorn. Hello there, Capricorn. Welcome to your full moon reading. So this is happening in your fourth astrological house, ruled by the moon, and it's Cancerian energy that can influence this as well. So your fourth house has to do with your private life, with your house, your home, your sense of security. This can be about the foundations that you've built. Are you feeling as though you've got both feet on the ground? Are you feeling safe and secure in your life, in your world, in your house? If not, you might be making some very important decisions to switch things up a little bit here. Now, with the full moon in the fourth, some of you could be moving where you live, moving to a different part of town, a different house, a different city even. Some of you are making some big changes there. But some of you are maybe just focused on your home at this time. And with the full moon energy, we can cleanse and purge. So maybe you feel the need to kind of redecorate your house. If you can't go somewhere new, maybe just spruce up where you are. Some of you might be decluttering your home at this time, right? Maybe it's gotten a little bit messy, and it all gets there, right? Maybe it's gotten just a little bit like, oh my goodness, I haven't used this thing in 2 years. Why is it taking up space on my shelf? So you might be cleaning out your closet, doing that kind of thing. And this is kind of the time of year, we hear about spring cleaning that people tend to do. Well, we tend to do it this time of year as well, especially as we're ramping up for, the silly season, right? Between like November to January, there's usually a lot of celebrations and things going on. So as we crack open our storage closets and things like that, this is where we kind of like, how did this get in here? And I want to get rid of it. So you could be cleansing and purging some way in that way. But this is also the house of family, your parents, your children. So some of you could be resolving some family issues at this time, but you might also be, be changing something within your family unit. So you could have something very interesting going on there. I mean, of course, the full moon can bring about endings. So an end of arguments and things like that. Maybe you're figuring out a better way to deal with certain people in your family. But if you It's interesting energy here, especially with that fiery energy of Aries. I do feel that maybe if some of you have been trying a new way to deal with some family member, I feel in this energy, you're going to either firm your resolve, really stick to your boundaries, right? Because the new moon in Aries is where something started, and this is where something comes to an end, or something comes to a conclusion, or you see the results, the effects on what has been happening over the last 6 months or so. And so in this energy, some of you could be like, yep, we're good. We're on track. This is awesome. I see how far we've come. This is great. But others of you, you're like, nope, this isn't working, and maybe I need to cut you off. So there could be a possible family breakup of some kind coming in here for some of you, unfortunately. But that is part of the full moon energy. All right. But hopefully for the majority of you, it's something wonderful. Hopefully there's some moves or some improvements in your house, in your home. You're feeling a little bit more secure in this energy. And, maybe you're spending a little bit more time at this full moon with the important people in your life. And you might be feeling a little bit like a homebody. And especially if you've been, hustling and bustling, this is where you're like, you know what? I just want to spend some quiet time at home. I want to make my home my castle, right? And you're maybe going to take some steps to do that. We've got full moon forgiveness coming in here. So while you may, if for some of you be putting an end to some relationships, others of you, this is a time of healing and forgiveness, and where we do let bygones be bygones. We get things out in the open, and we do let things go. So the forgiveness energy may be that you're reconciling with somebody in your life, but this can also be forgiveness within. Right? We need to remember that. We always talk about forgiving other people, but we don't always talk about forgiveness of self. We do tend to carry guilt and blame and shame within us, okay? And we carry other people's guilt and shame and blame, and we need to let that go. So the full moons are a great time to really assess some emotions, bring things out in the open, things that maybe you haven't wanted to talk about, or things that maybe you've just been keeping hidden within. And whether this is externally with people or just something that's been in you, and you just need to kind of go within and deal with it. So the full moon energy can bring about that sense of forgiveness, letting go, so that you can make space for some better things in your life and some better energies to come. We've got the Ace of Swords coming in here. It's beautiful. The Ace of Swords is a fresh energy, a new approach, better communication, a focus on resolving things, of talking things out, and maybe even to turn over a page, right? The Ace of Swords is where we get epiphanies, we get those aha moments, and we really get clarity on something. We can use the sword energy that comes in with the Ace of Swords to cut something out, to release, to let go, to let bygones be bygones, to detach from energy that's around us, that we're carrying with us, that's causing stress and burdens. And this is where we can really free ourselves up in some way. So for some of you, yes, you might be detaching from somebody or something in your life, but it's to make way for the new. Right? So again, some of you are moving where you live, right? Out with the old home, in with the new home, right? Some of you are dealing with people in your life a little bit differently. And yes, for some of you, there may be some relationship that does come to an end, but this is clarity. This is knowing that whatever decision that you're making is the right one for you. There's no doubt in this Ace of Swords energy, right? It's like, nope, I know exactly, right? And so you're not doubting yourself in this if you are making some big decisions. But the Ace of Swords, it's the sword of fate, the sword of destiny. So there could be some fated events that do come about with this full moon, probably something that does come out into the open that maybe was previously hidden. And this is your opportunity to deal with it, to talk about it, to clear the air, whatever that happens to be. And this can really set the stage for where you're headed in your future. So the aces are always carry a little bit of luck. It's always a gift Some of you are having just a major inner epiphany here, right? You're just internally seeing something with greater clarity. But this is bringing you on the path to, yes, I did it. Yes, I can do it. It's a big old yes card with the aces, and maybe you even have a little bit of luck on your side with this. The aces can bring a little bit of luck to your mix as well. Right place, right time. A conversation that you think maybe is going to be really difficult is actually easier than what you thought that it was going to be in this energy. So talk, communicate, internally, externally, whatever that looks like to you. Okay, but also trust your inner wisdom. All right, to do whatever it is that you want to do and to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, right? But I do think there's some major decision that's coming in here for some of you, and what you just know that that it's the right decision for you, even if you can't quite explain it. So I'll leave that there for you, Capricorn. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like this video. That would be awesome. It would certainly help my channel, and it also helps people get seen, the video get seen, but it lets me know you resonate with the reading, which is super important to me. I hope you have a wonderful full moon. Take some time to spend at home with your friends, your family, and you might just feel the warm and fuzzies in there. All right, so good luck in this full moon energy. We're going to see you later, and I'll move on to Aquarius. Hello there, Aquarius. Welcome to your full moon reading. This is happening in your third house, ruled by Mercury and Gemini. So this is all about communication, your thoughts, your devices, your gadgets, right? Technology can come into play here. So just be a little bit careful with the full moon. Woo, thank you. With the full moon energy, because, there can be a very good chance of misreading some messages that come in via technology. So emails, text messages, that kind of thing. Full moons do tend to carry a lot of emotions, a lot of intensity with them. And with the Aries energy, we've got Mars at play as well. Things can get heated and blown out of proportion very quickly. So just keep that in mind with this full moon, because, where we do have electronic communication, we don't have things like our tone of voice or body language, right? So things do tend to get taken out of context. So just be a little bit aware of that, a little bit of cautious. But the full moon, you can have some really important decisions that you're making, and maybe they're with other people. You're talking things out. You're hashing something out. Maybe negotiating something here, and you're coming to a conclusion with something here. So that can be really great for you. Some of you at this time, because the full moon does bring things to fruition for some of you, and something that maybe you've initiated or started or set some intentions for way back in the new moon in Aries in the spring. This can be where something does, blossom in your life right about now. And so you could be taking some trips somewhere. Maybe you're making some changes with your neighborhood where you live, right? This can be maybe you've been talking about, moving to a different suburb or moving to a different city, or even just moving like the location where you live, right? Move to a bigger place or a smaller place, or just something that's a little bit more suitable for you. And this can be where that opportunity does arise for you there, and you're talking about things and your negotiations go quite well. So this can be really good for you. With the full moon energy, this can also really impact your social life here, Aquarius. And, so perhaps at this time, you're really recognizing that you need to either scale back something on your social media. You might be going through your friends list or your followers or something, and you're like, do I even know this person? So because the full moons do bring about cleansing and purging. And so you might be, dialing things back a little bit in that, in this energy. So you might be paring down your friends list, or maybe you're looking at the posts that you put up or don't put up, and who are they shared with? Who do you want to see things in your life? Or do you have annoying people that are on your Facebook? Do you have that friend that posts a picture of every single freaking meal that they eat, right? And you're like, oh my God, can you not keep anything private? And so you might either be doing something like just simply unfollowing that person, or maybe defriending them on that Facebook thing, and, just so you just don't have to look at it anymore. So you could be making some changes in your social life in some way, whether it's through technology or whether it's in real life. And because some of you, you're looking at the world in a different way in this energy, and you really evolved over the last few years, Aquarius. And, especially this year, there's been a lot of things going on. And in this, it's like your outlook, your perception about life and about people and about your social connections and things, they're not quite what they used to be. And as we are in this energy, we do quite often feel that there's things that no longer work for us. And so you might be letting certain friends drift away in your world, and it's to make way for new ones that are a little bit more aligned for you. But, so some of you could be just experiencing that kind of cleanse and purge in your friendships. And it's just because you're no longer energetically aligned with some people and you just don't click anymore, right? And it's not that anything's wrong. It's just, you're just not feeling the connection. And there's usually a reason for that. And it's just that energy thing, right? It's like, I just don't feel like I want to spend time with these people. So some of you might be doing, kind of making those kind of decisions there with this energy. But I do feel that there is a decisive energy coming in here with this. So you could be just really getting clear on some things. You might have that magical epiphany moment that comes in here with this as well. But I do think that there is, for some of you, something that may come to an end. Just be aware of your devices, your gadgets, your TV, your phone, your computer, because it can be an ending with this full moon. Okay. And with this fiery energy, maybe something kind of goes up with a bang a little bit. So some of you may need to replace some of your technology at this time or get it repaired. But we do have the moonbeam energy of focus coming in. Focus on your goals, focus on what you want, focus on what you change. And when we really focus, we get a clear understanding. This brings clarity. And so again, focus on, what you need to put an end to, right? What decisions are you making right now? And when we kind of focus on our wants, our needs, our desires, our goals, where we want to get to, what we want to do, then, we can, really kind of shut out any kind of distractions with this energy, because you need to focus on something right now. And so find a quiet space, find some quiet time here, go within, reflect a little bit, okay? Or this can be a time when you really need to kind of, get something done or make those final decisions there. But the focus energy brings you really a sense of clarity, a sense of truth, a sense of knowing, and a sense of, I'm going to get this done, right? So great energy there for you. So some of you are perhaps looking at making some changes in how you communicate. You may even get some good news at this time, okay? Or you're thinking about, where am I going? What am I doing? And maybe you're writing something down, starting a journal, or maybe you're reflecting and looking back and seeing what you've previously written down. Have you achieved everything in the last few months, the last 6 months specifically, that you wanted to achieve? Or do you need to power through and wrap up and finish up something that you previously have started, right? So you might feel the clock ticking a little bit for some of you on this, because you just want to get something done. So here you have that laser focus. All right. We do have the Page of Pentacles coming in here as well. So this is really awesome energy. The Page of Pentacles is, for some of you, you might have something new coming in here, some improvements coming in here somewhere. This may involve money, how you make money, how you spend money in this energy. So yes, some of you might be spending money on buying something new, probably something, maybe some books. Okay. Or maybe you're spending some money on a class or something, right? Because Mercury is the mind. So maybe you want to learn something new, and it might cost you a few dollars to do that, but it'll ultimately be beneficial for you and really worthwhile for you. The Page of Pentacles can represent that quest for knowledge, right? And so again, maybe you're focusing on expanding your mind in some way. And, you've got the focus to do that, right? Your mind is 100% engaged in this energy. But the Page of Pentacles, the pages can sometimes be on the move. The Page of Pentacles is a little bit slower moving because he wants to absorb everything along the way, right? It's like, I want the knowledge. So there might be something you're really thirsty for and hungry for at this time, and you just want to absorb it. You want to enjoy the moment. You want to savor the moment here in this energy. I do feel that if you're buying any kind of new computer equipment or other gadgets of any kind like that, I think here that you're going to probably be doing some research with the Page of Pentacles before you spend your very hard-earned money. And you're maybe first going to see, can I fix what broke or what blew up? And so, so in this energy, you might be doing a little bit of homework there as well. But the Page of Pentacles can be an invitation, an offer, an opportunity for something that is really quite wonderful in your life. So maybe some of you, you're going on like job interviews and things like that. Communication, right? Great energy there for you to conduct or to engage in a wonderful kind of interview. And you might be getting some really good news in regards to your money or your ability to make money in that area. All right. But the Page of Pentacles is a great energy for expanding your knowledge, expanding your horizons. Maybe you're focused on your money at this time, okay? But it can be very exciting here in this energy, right? It does bring in a fresh perspective of things as well, which is what the third house can bring also. So money coming in, money coming out, knowledge coming in, expansion of the mind, all very great energy. And it's very lively, very jovial. So some of you, yes, again, can be making some important decisions or getting some really good news at this time. So I'm going to leave that there for you, Aquarius. I hope there was something here for you. If so, please like this video. That would certainly help the video get seen and helps out my channel as well. I thank you so much for that. And I hope you do have a wonderful full moon. We're going to move on now to Pisces. Hello there, Pisces. This full moon is happening in your second house of money. All right. Your second house is ruled by Venus and Taurus energy here. So with the full moon here, this can be that there's something coming to fruition for you in regards to your money, your finances. Now, it may be that you're just making a final decision about something. It may be that, you are paying off something, right? Because this can be about your material world, your money, your income, how you make it, how you spend it, your assets, what you own, your property, that kind of thing, and also your habits. Okay, so some of you are making some decisions about your spending habits. And maybe you're looking to turn over a new leaf. You're putting up boundaries within yourself, recognizing the difference between wants and needs, and maybe, taking some really positive steps at this time to put some money away for the future and to make some investments there for yourself. And part of the decision-making process to do that is, okay, where am I wasting money? Where can I change how I funnel my money? Do you stop at the coffee shop every single morning on your way to work and spend $10? Well, that's $50 a week if you work 5 days a week, right? And that is, of course, about, a couple $100 a month that you could possibly put away for your future, a little nest egg for your future. So, so you might be putting an end to some sort of spending habits. And this can really benefit you, right? It brings you more abundance in your life, even though you're not necessarily bringing in any more income. You're just diversifying and making changes on how you spend it. So that can be really positive for you in that for some of you, you do have some investments coming to fruition. You could possibly be paying off some loans at this time as well. And this can be really great for you. All right. But this can also be where you're making some very important decisions about how you do make your money and about your income. And so some of you could have a bounty coming in. You could have some increase coming in for yourself. So maybe you finally do get that bonus or that raise. You may open doors for a promotion or something like that, or maybe even something new. Some of you might be getting quite inventive with your money and how you make it. So you might, have like a secondary source of income that is starting to pay off for you, or that you're about to embark upon that adventure. But when we do have the second house ruled by Venus, this is about you being able to find the resources that you need to make the improvements that you want to make in your life to bring yourself more stability and security. All right. But this is also where, like I said, the second house has to do with your habits, not necessarily just with money. And so perhaps some of you are putting an end to some sort of habit in your life, and you're like, I'm going to do this better. And you've got this clear sense of conviction, and the energy of Aries and Mars that is propelling you forward through this full moon can really help to give you the energy, the drive, the determination to do what you set out to do and to accomplish it, to take something to the finish line. So it can be really a positive energy for you guys. All right. And so some of you might get an increase in your money, your assets, your property, but also some of you could be letting something go. This might be a time where some of you are divesting your interests a little bit. And, especially as we're coming into eclipse season, US, if you're in the US, you've got your Pluto return, that's been going on. And this can really shake up some investments and some banking, that goes around. So for some of you, you might be looking at where you have your money parked, and you might be like, okay, is my money safe here? I'm not so concerned about how much interest I make, but I don't want to lose any principal, right? Your hard-earned money that you've put away. So some of you may be really looking at your investments and where you do have your money and really questioning, is my money safe right now? Because we are entering a little bit of a volatile time, and we don't want surprises with your money, right? We want great surprises. Wonderful. This is awesome, right? Especially if it's coming in, but we don't want our money to be at risk too much. So some of you might be doing a little bit of homework to figure out, is my money safe here? Do I need to move my money at this time? Where do I need to kind of close some accounts, right? Some of you might actually find a mystery bank account somewhere that does need to be closed. Maybe there's some money in it, maybe there's not, but you could find this out by like applying for a loan or something, or doing a credit check on yourself. And then they're like, oh, you have this other open bank account or this line of credit. And you're like, what? And so it might be something like maybe from a past relationship or something that you forgot about or didn't realize was still open. So you might have something to deal with there. Closed bank account may happen for some of you. So you could be really thinking about, making sure that your money is secure. We've got new moon energy bringing in beginnings for you. So for some of you, this is an awesome energy here where something new is blossoming in your life. So something's coming to fruition for you here with this full moon. And of course, when we do get new things coming in, we usually have to have an out with the old. So some of you are changing jobs. Maybe you've got a new business venture. You're finding new and more inventive ways to make money. And this can be really wonderful for you. But this can also be this very Aries energy, right? Aries, first sign of the zodiac, right? Of taking initiative, taking action. What are you looking to change? What habits are you putting an end to? What are you trying to do a little bit differently here? Because the beginnings energy is all about this new energy. So I do feel that here, maybe between now and the new moon, which happens to be a solar eclipse on the 14th or the 15th of October, depending on where you are, and it is in the sign of Libra, which is also ruled by Venus, which rules your second house, where this full moon is activated for you. So there could very well be something that is coming to a fruition for you in the next couple weeks, or an opportunity to have a new beginning somewhere in your life. So new investment opportunities, a new home, that kind of thing, new jobs, right? All of that kind of thing, or those improvements in your life. So this can also be a reminder that, to finish what you start, something that you started, is now coming to fruition for you, right? You're wrapping something up, and this is awesome, and this allows you to move forward in a wonderful direction. So between now and the new moon might be a very transformative time for you. We do have the Nine of Wands coming in here for you as well. And so the Nine of Wands does kind of bring about some battle wounds kind of thing. Okay. And so in this, with the Nine of Wands, again, there might be something here that has been, especially in relation to your money, or your work. This is, you're tired, you're drained, okay, or something has been a little bit of an uphill battle, okay, and, you know, keep on forging ahead, because the Nine of Wands reminds us that you're right here at the finish line, okay, and you keep on moving forward, one foot in front of the other, even though things have been challenging and difficult, and your hard work and your efforts are about to pay off in this energy. The Nine of Wands also does bring in an energy of being a little bit skeptical about things. Okay, so if you are getting some red flags or something, or if all of a sudden you're getting some intuitive hit that goes, hey, you need to pay attention to this because this is something's not quite feeling right at this time, pay attention to that, because here you might need to be on guard. The Nine of Wands can be about being on guard a little bit, especially in relation to your money. So pay very close attention to your money at this time. It's going to really benefit you if you do. Not saying that there's anything bad that's going to happen, but we do have this volatile energy that is coming in. And so we do need to just be aware of that, right? Your situation is your situation. So you know what the details are in what you've got going on. So sometimes skepticism and wariness can be our enemy, but I feel in this energy, it can actually be your friend. Right? So, you know, don't trust everything that you see, and it's okay to question things. It's okay to be a little bit skeptical about things, because this is like, hey, I need to pay more attention to this and make sure that I've got all my ducks in a row. All right. But the Nine of Wands is an energy of being tired and drained. So the full moons do tend to sometimes suck our energy. They do have a big, powerful effect on us because, of course, humans are, what is the percentage? Like 70% made up of water. And if you do live by the ocean or anything, or if you've seen the effects that full moons do have, or new moons even, or that the moon cycles in general have on the oceans, on the tides, right? If the pull of the moon is enough to really suck out the tide to, like, you know, reveal places of the beach or whatever that you haven't seen for a long time, imagine what it does to us, right? We are made up of water. So this can be a very emotional, draining time for some of you Pisces. A lot of you are very energetically sensitive. And so this is a reminder here for you to, number one, put up some energetic boundaries, but also to take care of your own energy. All right. Because we don't want you being in this tired and drained kind of Nine of Wands energy. We want you lively and full of fun and full of light, as you normally are. So just be a little bit aware of that, and just to make sure that you do take a little bit of space and time for yourself and protect your energetic needs, okay? But the Nine of Wands does say that there's something wrapping up for you. Something is coming to a conclusion for you, and to, you know, kind of remember to be kind of open and in that receiving energy, because the Nine of Wands, not so much, right? So just be a little bit open, but be a little bit aware of things as well. So I'm going to leave that there for you, Pisces. I hope that there was something here for you. If so, please like this video. Really does help the video get seen, helps out my channel. I appreciate that in advance. But I hope you guys have a wonderful, magical full moon. And I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.